The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners' Reports is a headline news podcast provided in part by the Communications and Media Relations Division. Commissioners' Reports is a summary of the agenda and outcomes of regular Calvert County Board of County Commissioners meetings, as well as related public information and events. Hello, and welcome to Commissioners' Reports. I'm your host, Kevin G. Schmidt. In this week's Calvert County Board of County Commissioners meeting, public service announcements. Commissioner President Hance shared his appreciation for our volunteer election judges this election season and an anniversary acknowledgement to the U.S. Marine Corps since its founding 247 years ago. Proclamation: Native American Heritage Month. In 1990, Congress passed and President George Herbert Walker Bush signed into law a joint resolution designating the month of November as National Native American Heritage Month. Archaeology provides evidence that Native peoples have inhabited what is now known as Calvert County for at least 13,000 years and continue to enrich the fabric of our community. Place names that define Calvert County geographically, such as Patuxent and Chesapeake, honor the extensive influence of Native American heritage in this area. The BOCC proclaimed the month of November 2022 be known as Native American Heritage Month in Calvert County. Milton Gary Brady Sr., retirement. Milton Gary Brady Sr., Building Inspector for the Department of Planning and Zoning, Division of Inspections and Permits, retired on November 2, 2022, after dedicating 18 years of faithful and loyal service to the citizens of Calvert County and the state of Maryland. The BOCC joins with the community, his co-workers, family and friends, and conveys best wishes for a long, healthy, and happy retirement with continued success in all his future endeavors. Award: Employee Recognition Committee, ERC, November 2022, Employee of the Month. The Employee of the Month Award acknowledges individual excellence for superior job performance and/or special individual efforts that go above and beyond the employee's normal job duties. The ERC is pleased to announce that Janet Susie Medor was selected as the November 2022 Employee of the Month. Appointment: Matthew Owens was appointed to the Employees Retirement Savings Plan Board of Trustees. One vacancy remains. Consent: Department of Planning and Zoning request to transfer Land Management Systems Coordinator position from the Department of Planning and Zoning to the Department of Technology Services. This transfer would ensure that the funds spent on upgrades to the permit tracking system would occur in the most cost-effective way. This consent item was adopted as presented. New business. Department of Public Safety, Calvert County Emergency Services Cost Recovery Program, Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. On December 22, 2015, each Fire, Rescue, and Emergency Medical Services (EMS) department was sent correspondence from the BOCC stating no department would be permitted to pursue payment to emergency medical service providers or any cost recovery for emergency medical services without the written permission from the BOCC, as this would be discussed in the near future when supplemental career emergency medical services staffing was implemented. Through discussions, research, and collaboration with the BOCC and the Calvert County Volunteer Fire and Rescue Association since the Calvert County Emergency Medical Service Cost Recovery Program has been created. The program will allow companies who wish to conduct EMS cost recovery to generate revenue and be applied in the set forth MOU. Generated funds will be the net of all revenues received minus all programmatic costs required to generate the revenue, including third-party billing agent fees, and will be distributed and allocated as set forth in Section 7 of the Distribution of EMS Soft Billing Program and Revenue Sharing Procedure of the MOU. After discussion, staff recommended in the BOCC-approved signature of the Memorandum of Understanding, MOU. Department of Public Safety, Calvert Advanced Life Support, Apparatus Grant, Medic 102. Calvert Advanced Life Support requested a $106,000 fire and rescue apparatus grant for the purchase and completion of a medic unit. In anticipation of the extreme manufacturing delays, Calvert Advanced Life Support located and purchased a chassis for this medical unit for $49,888.61 using their AMOS Fire and Rescue Grant funds. After discussion, the BOCC voted and approved the Fire and Rescue Apparatus Grant funds. Department of Public Safety budget adjustment request. The Fire and Rescue Commission is requesting a $106,000 fire and rescue apparatus grant for the purchase of a medic unit. The Fire and Rescue Commission in fiscal year FY 2022 requested $225,000 for Prince Frederick Volunteer Fire Department's CIP to fund the rehab work to apparatus Tower 2 ladder truck. The ladder truck was recently sent to the manufacturing facility for the rehab, and after full inspection, the total repair quote increased from $225,000 to $310,183. This was an increase of $85,183 from the budgeted amount. The Fire and Rescue Commission is requesting the transfer of $100,000 total, $50,000 from the Dunkirk Volunteer Fire Department's insurance operating account and $50,000 from the Fire and Rescue contingency account. After discussion, the BOCC voted and approved the budget adjustment request for the Fire and Rescue Apparatus Grant Funds. Department of Finance and Budget, Accountant 3, Cost Recovery. The BOCC have worked collaboratively with representatives of the Fire and Rescue Commission to lessen the taxpayer burden and enhance the draw and allure of volunteer services within the county. The Calvert County Emergency Medical Service Cost Recovery Program has now been signed by every fire and rescue company in the county that desires to participate. It is anticipated that the cost to administer this cost recovery program will be insignificant relative to the incoming receipts, but the program requires more than current staffing levels can support. Finance and Budget is requesting 1 FTE for an Accountant 3 position to be funded only in part by the allowed administrative cost of the program, with the same position also having other responsibilities within the department being supported by other revenues. These additional responsibilities will support the general fund in areas of accounts payable approval, financial statement preparation, and budget tracking and reporting. After discussion, staff recommended and the BOCC approved the new position. Department of Finance and Budget Systems Analyst position. As part of the implementation of Workday and the Tyler upgrade, frontline support will now fall to Finance and Budget instead of Technology Services. This change will require departments to rely more on Finance and Budget for support for all Finance and Budget software systems and less on Technology Services, TS. TS will still support these products from a technical side. The Systems Analyst position will ensure Finance and Budget continually maximizes the value leveraged from cutting-edge software systems. The Systems Analyst will optimize software to facilitate continual process improvements and guide the department through data analytics. After discussion, staff recommended and the BOCC approved the new position and budget adjustment. Department of Finance and Budget Intra-Agency Commission on School Construction, IAC, Local Funding Support Letter. The Code of Maryland Regulations, COMAR, establishes the criteria for the calculation of the formula for the state's participation in the eligible costs associated with public school construction. Each fiscal year, a request is made by the Board of Education, BOE, through the Department of Finance and Budget, F&B, to review the upcoming fiscal year's capital construction program requests and sign the IAC Letter of Support. Finance and Budget received the FY24 Capital Improvement Plan, CIP, requests from the Board of Education, as well as the request of local support for the construction projects. The BOE has identified the projects for state and local funding. The BOE has listed Priority 1 as a request for state funds for the design/planning for the replacement of Northern Middle School. Priority 2 request is for the Plum Point Middle School HVAC replacement, Phase 2. And Priority 3 is for the Mary Harrison Center partial re-roofing. The project that the BOE listed as Priority 3 consists of state funding through the Healthy School Facility Fund, with the allocated county share of $726,000. The BOE FY24 CIP staff recommended budget is $6,614,440, which is a $1.3 million increase from what was requested in FY23 for the projected FY24 CIP. The local/county share request is $2,226,040, and the state share is $4,388,400. The BOE's CIP budget historically includes both the local and state financial support. The FY24 local support is funded by debt and excise tax, and the state support is listed under grants/other. Department of Parks and Recreation Fee Schedule Update for calendar year 2023. The Department of Parks and Recreation collects revenues and fees for many programs and facilities throughout Calvert County. This includes everything from summer camps, swim lessons, camping reservations, daily admissions, food sales, and more. The Department of Parks and Recreation is recommending changes for calendar year 2023 to account for changes in community needs, cost of goods, program offerings, and the addition of new programs or services. Changes recommended in the 2023 fee schedule are prompted by increasing costs of labor, goods, and services. Modest increases in fees are recommended for aquatics, sports programs, and golf primarily. These increases in new fees are in line with surrounding counties, yet still lower, to ensure all Calvert County residents can continue enjoying services and facilities provided. It is estimated that by adjusting fees, the impact will save taxpayers approximately $70,000 annually in general fund contributions to Parks and Recreation. After discussion, the BOCC deferred the agenda item until their December 13, 2022 meeting for additional time to collaborate with staff on how best to address a proposed fee schedule increase. The next regularly scheduled meeting of the Board of County Commissioners will be held November 29, 2022 at 10 a.m. The BOCC added an agenda item titled Discussion with Appointed Official pursuant to Resolution 5120, Section 6.0. and subsequently met with Dr. Andre Townsell, Superintendent of Calvert County Public Schools. In other Calvert County local news, the BOCC will hold a public hearing Tuesday, November 29th at 6:30 p.m. to receive and consider comments on proposed amendments to the Calvert County Comprehensive Plan adopted in August 2019. The public hearing will be held at the Harriet E. Brown Community Center, located at 901 Dares Beach Road in Prince Frederick. The meeting will also be streamed live at www.youtube.com/CalvertCountyGov. Individuals may submit written comments before the hearing. Written comments must be received by Monday, November 28th at 4:30 p.m. to be made part of the record. Comments may be submitted through the county website at calvertcountymd.gov/comprehensive plan comments or by mail to the Calvert County Board of County Commissioners at 175 Main Street, Prince Frederick, Maryland, 20678. Written comments will also be accepted in person during the public hearing and until the close of record. Individuals delivering comments to the hearing are encouraged to bring 15 copies for the county commissioners, staff, and the media. Visit calvertcountymd.gov for more details. As the weather cools down and the leaves begin to fall, the Linda L. Kelly Animal Shelter in Prince Frederick is providing even more reasons to get cozy with a new furry, feathered, or scaly friend by offering reduced adoption fees now through November 23, 2022. Regular adoption qualifications and procedures still apply. Adoption fees cover services that include age-appropriate vaccinations, spay or neuter, microchipping, heartworm testing for dogs, and feline leukemia virus and feline immunodeficiency virus testing for cats. Adoption fees are reduced by 50% until November 23rd. The BOCC announces that most county offices and services will be closed beginning at noon, Wednesday, November 23rd, through Friday, November 25th, 2022, in observance of Thanksgiving. For additional information on offices and services remaining open, review the press release at the News and Announcements section of the Calvert County Government website. That concludes our broadcast. The Calvert County, Maryland Commissioners Reports is a headline news podcast. Stay current with other news in Calvert County by following and liking the Calvert County Government's Facebook page at facebook.com/CalvertCountyMD, on Instagram at Calvert Broadcast, on YouTube, youtube.com/CalvertCountyGov, and our official website, www.calvertcountymd.gov. Thank you.